Welcome to the Happy Workaholic Podcast. I'm your host, Kellyanne Gorman. Over the past 20 years, I've worked in beauty, luxury, corporate, and service-driven industries. I created the opportunity in these careers and in my own businesses that allowed me to travel the world, experience once-in-a-lifetime events, and build brands while providing my expertise to clients all around the globe. Life is short, and when you're given a second chance, you better believe I'm going to take it, celebrate it, and share it with you. This show is intended to elevate your mind, upgrade your business, enhance your life, and become part of a positive and uplifting community. If you're ready to take your business and life to that next level you deserve to be at, this is the show for you. Inspiration, motivation, and determination are what got me to where I am today. Tune in every week to hear from myself, other entrepreneurs, professional patients, small business owners, and fellow podcasters who will be featured on the show. I'm here to remind you to work hard, share your story, follow your dreams, and never, ever give up. Thanks for taking the time to subscribe to the Happy Workaholic Podcast. Today's episode starts now. Today's episode is brought to you by Everything is Messy, a book about resilience, reality, and personal development with recipes to help you live a happy, healthy, positive, and productive life. What you can expect from this book, it is a one-of-a-kind publication. You are going to experience a little bit of everything. Personal development, life lessons, real solutions, budget-friendly vegan recipes, there's over 20 of them in here, and proof that anything is possible when following the right formula. I want you to enjoy this journey when you read Everything is Messy. I want it to really make you think about the goals you have and the dreams you stopped chasing. I want this book to help you get organized, be creative in the kitchen, level up in life, and I want it to make you believe again. You can, and I promise, have anything out of life, but you simply must put in the work. Use this book when you need it. Come back to it and, of course, share it with a friend. It is better to go through these times in life with an excellent support system, a good head on your shoulders, and a sense of humor, and the understanding that manifesting and visualizing an outcome can profoundly change your life. You guys, Everything is Messy is out now. You can buy it on Amazon. You can buy it on Barnes & Noble. Head to everythingismessy.com. You can check your favorite retailer that is currently available, the ebook and the paperback, in the United States, in the UK, in Europe, in New Zealand, Australia, and Canada. I'm so proud of this book, and the best thing is that you can probably read it in about 2 hours or so, and the community to join with over 100 healthy recipes is completely free. So head to everythingismessy.com, grab a copy of your book today, whether it's the ebook or the paperback. If you'd like a signed copy, send me a DM on Instagram at The Happy Workaholic. I would be more than happy to write a special message for you and your friend in the book. Pop it in the mail. And don't forget to head on over to everythingismessy.com to see which retailer in your country, in your city, is currently carrying the book, as well as online, and the link to join the free community where I have filmed over 100 healthy recipes, how-to videos, and so many other life hacks, kitchen hacks. I have special links with brands where you get brand deals, and there's so much more in the Everything is Messy community. So again, head to everythingismessy.com, check out all the details, and I cannot wait to see you in the community. Hello, and welcome back to a brand new episode where today I'm going to be sharing with you how to manage your mental health alongside a business. This is probably the number one question I'm asked is, how do I keep my business going when I'm having like mental health issues or just shitty days overall? And I'm here to share what works for me. And ironically, this episode was supposed to go out yesterday, and I was just having a day. And I think my first piece of advice is just to be vocal about it. If you feel comfortable, if your business is online and your podcast is obviously online, like mine is be honest with your audience. So something about me was just off yesterday. I was not feeling it. And your body remembers trauma. Your body remembers anniversaries of dates that you've gone through. And I'm still trying to figure out what was anniversarying yesterday or just I'm PMSing. Like I just needed a day. So Sunday I took a day too. And that's okay. I'm going to share with you what I did, which is kind of like out of the norm for me. But I just know that my mind, my body, my soul, like everything needed it. But when it comes to running a business and you're not vocal about mental health and your clients aren't aware of mental health and you just don't feel comfortable explaining anything, and you also shouldn't have to, period. I just am, because that's my mission, is helping other people, which is again why I'm recording this show for Mental Health Awareness Month. because there are millions of people that have mental health issues like myself that have businesses, and everybody deals with everything they're going through in a different way. So I'm just going to share what works for me. So maybe one or two of these things might help you out one day when you're not feeling your best self. Maybe none of them work, but you might want to do the opposite. And this kind of triggers your memory like, oh, I actually like doing the opposite. So maybe that will help. But my mission is always to share my story in the hopes that maybe I can just help one other person. So first of all, I just want to give a huge shout out to corporate America. I know it's so crazy I'm saying that because they finally offer mental health days. I have not been in corporate America in, I'd say, almost a decade. It's just insane that, years ago you could be fired for, calling out and saying, well, I have anxiety, or, that wasn't the norm. Now I have a number of friends that actually own wellness companies, wellness retreat companies, where their clients are huge corporations because they realize, especially after the pandemic, this is so important. If you give back to your employees, you give back to your clients, you over deliver, you offer these kinds of things, everybody else is just feeling good about themselves, their coworkers, their clients, colleagues. It's just so, so important. So shout out to corporate America. That's the only time I'm ever going to say that. I actually had a business, Corporate Kelly, that was the anti-corporate because that's a whole nother story. But anyway, I wanted to just say that because a lot of people that listen to these shows are in corporate America, and most of them, I would say, actually do have a business. So that's why I wanted to talk about this today and share with you how I run my business and manage my mental health and my business and my day-to-day activities when I am having a shitty day. So for me personally, I'm just open and honest. So I'm recording this episode a day late. I just didn't have it in me, and you can hear in my voice where, especially if you've been listening for a while or you watch my stories online, you know when I'm happy, you know when I'm sad, you know when those things come, you just know me by now because I'm just my normal self, in real life and on the internet and on the show. And you would have not wanted to hear yesterday's show, and it was actually going to be about something else, and then the universe aligned me with this, and I was like, why aren't I talking about this? Because everybody is always asking me, and that was the whole point of doing a business Q&A show today. Well, yesterday, and now we're here. So sometimes mental health just slaps you in the face. And for me personally, you could literally be living your best life, and then you see something, you smell something triggers you, and you're just down for the count. And that's kind of what happens with me a lot of the time, especially with my PTSD. So right now, personally, my depression is way worse than my anxiety, and my PTSD is way worse than my vertigo. Vertigo, this is a prime example how your body remembers trauma. And one of my clients is an expert on trauma, and I called her and I was like, oh my God, you're never going to believe this. And she's like, yeah, and then she schooled me on all things trauma. But when I do the Vegas to San Diego drive, it's about 4.5 hours. I got vertigo on a ride once and I had to pull over. It was awful, 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 awful. I think I was thinking about my legal cases, and it was one of those trips because it happened a really long time ago. And I remember I had to pull over to this McDonald's. Every drive now, when I'm coming home and I start getting close to that McDonald's, my ear starts hurting and I immediately get vertigo. The last trip, it didn't come through fully. The trip before, it was half, it was totally blocked. Another time I was sitting in traffic and it happened. And luckily I was parked on the highway because I was it's kind of right near the LA split. And I get vertigo. That's my issue with trauma. It's also from salt. It's a whole other thing. But that's what happens to me from trauma, from everything that I had been going through. And whenever I drive by that LA split now, my body, it's trembling. I feel it because it remembers when that happened, that first episode. So crazy. Our minds and bodies are so powerful and they remember everything. So if I'm having a really shitty day or I'm really depressed, sometimes I'll look on my time hop and it literally will anniversary a day I started chemo treatment, or the day I got a diagnosis of something I didn't really have, or when my body was overreacting to drugs I was put on. It's always the same day. Or sometimes I just need a fucking break, to be honest with you, because I've been going hard working out. I'm going hard in my business. I'm going hard on this book tour. And sometimes you just need to stop. And that's what I did on Sunday. So something that I did that was out of the norm is I totally turned my phone off and vibrate. I didn't turn it like completely off, but I didn't answer calls or texts, not even from my closest friends, because you need to respect my boundaries when I feel like this. And that's okay for you to do as well. You know, you're going to feel guilty at first and be like, they would never do that to me. But you know what? You only have one life and it's totally okay. And then my friends didn't even care. And I was like, okay, so why do I feel bad? Like, I was lying in bed. I watched a whole season of Ballers from the beginning. I mean, who doesn't want to watch Dwayne Johnson? Let's just be honest. And I didn't answer any calls or texts. I wasn't online. It was amazing. I did like a couple posts and that was it. And I just needed a break. I did, however, wake up early. I had my protein shake. I had my green juice. I rode. I came home. I showered. I did a hair mask. I did like a little bit of self-care, but not like the whole shebang I usually enjoy because that's how tired I was. And that's okay to lie down. Now, when it comes to business, if you don't feel like being vocal with your clients or whoever you're dealing with, your customers, different brands, whatever business you're in, and you need to keep that personal, that's okay. So just find a way with your verbiage to excuse yourself from a meeting, excuse yourself for the day, and you need a personal day. Just say it's a personal matter, a personal day, and you're good to go. For me, I literally would just text my clients saying, I have vertigo today, like let's reschedule to tomorrow. And then I make sure that I 150% over deliver so that they know I'm still in the game. I'm serious. I mean, when I was going through chemo, I was rolled up in a ball and on my bed, like still updating my clients' LinkedIn profiles at the time. Like that's what I was working on. And then I would literally sometimes send a picture, be like, I'm down for the count. I'm going to finish tomorrow. They're like, why are you working? And I'm like, because I don't want to just lie here. I'm bored out of my mind. Like I need a project, you know, like I want to like finish the job you paid me for. So if you don't want to be as vocal as I am, which is totally okay, nobody's asking you to do that. I'm just sharing my personal experience. Just say like, it's not a day. It's just not a good day. Like I'm going to need to go ahead and take a personal day. If you have a team where other people can step in, then that's even more beneficial because they can pull up take off some of the slack on your plate and then, carry on and finish the rest of the projects or classes or whatever you need to take care of the next day. If you're in a situation where you're like teaching a course, teaching a class, and you have a lot of people relying on you, you're going to have to reschedule. I mean, it sucks. It's life, mental health. You literally can slap you in the face. You're having a day where you're like at 100 and then all of a sudden you're down for the count and you just have to reschedule. It's life. And I used to like put so much pressure on myself when it came to this where I would just do it. And then I would be like in bed for like more days trying to like get through what I just pushed myself through. You just need to excuse yourself. And if you want to explain to your clients and the people that you're supposed to be showing up for what's going on, they're going to understand. This is life. We just survived a fucking pandemic. So if people don't understand now, then that's on them because the only person that's going to help you is yourself. So you need to make sure that not only your health and lifestyle and everything is good to go, but your mental health is so, so important. And I just am always upfront and honest with my clients or who I'm dealing with, and I'll rearrange my schedule. I always make sure I over deliver. And I just feel like, sometimes when you're dealing with mental health issues, like it's a life and death situation, you feel like at that moment. I have taken Select CBD oil for years. I've been doing my GABA and L-theanine, which helps with fear and depression and sleep. But sometimes that's not enough. It's just not enough. And I choose right now not to be on prescription medication because I was overdosed for so many years. I don't want that shit back in my system. However, what if something happens in a month or two and I'm like, fuck, I guess I have to go back on that? Then that's the choice I'm going to have to make. I'm not saying prescription medications are off the table for anybody because you need to do what is best for yourself. The only reason why I'm having these issues is because of my story, because I was misdiagnosed, because I was on chemo and all the prescription drugs. The side effects from that are what's giving me these issues now. That's my personal story. So that's why I'm choosing not to go back on prescription medications that made me like this now. So I'm not saying that's the path that you need to take. Again, I'm not a medical professional. I'm just here to share my story and what works for me and how I run my business and, manage my mental health at the same time, because you just never know when something's going to come up. You just never know. I mean, I wanted the show to go out yesterday, and here I am recording on a Tuesday. Am I annoyed? Yes, I'm so annoyed because I hate when these things happen, but you just have to get through it, find your happy place, and then just take a time out. Like, put yourself in time out. I say this to my friends, like, oh, are you in time out? Meaning you just need a fucking break. We all need a break. Everybody is going through so much shit right now in the whole entire world. So you just need to take a break when you feel like it's necessary. So when it comes to managing my business, you obviously know, if you've been listening to the show for a while, I'm the most extremely organized and scheduled person. So if I have to move shit around in my planner, it seriously pisses me off. It's annoying because I'm organized and scheduled to a T. So when I have to redo my rowing classes, when I have to redo client calls, when I have to redo pitches and emails and podcast episodes and rearrange because everything's already beautifully highlighted, for me, that's really annoying. That's just myself. I like everything a certain way. I've always been like this. And, all of a sudden I'm super depressed and everything has to be canceled. And it's not a fun feeling. If you're dealing with any mental health, anxiety, depression, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. So now I want to share with you some of the things that I do that get me back on track. And sometimes it will take days. Sometimes it'll take weeks. Sometimes it'll take a month. I took a break from this podcast for, I think it was a little bit over a month the last time, because I was severely depressed. And that happened because I was so petrified of dying during the pandemic that I worked my ass off. I wrote a book in a week, which, by the way, is now finally at Target. I made the announcement on social media yesterday. I couldn't believe it. I was scrolling through my phone and I thought I was still on the Amazon app. I'm like, wait, what? And then I'm like, oh my God, it's finally on Target. So I'm going to do another episode on that, all about self-publishing, on Friday. And the next show tomorrow will be about podcasting. And these are all questions people are asking me. So they're all Q&A episodes. But even with that, I'm lying in bed and I'm like, I'm so grateful. I literally have emailed them hundreds of times. I was waiting for this day to come. My ebook went out October 1st. My paperback went out November 1st. That is 7 months and 3 days because it was the 3rd. No, yeah, it was the 3rd because today's the 4th. 7 months. People don't understand what it takes to get your book and have 40,000 retailers in 6 different countries have access to it. And plus, so I don't really want to get into all that because I want to stay focused and I have a list of notes in front of me, but stay tuned because I'm going to talk about that on Friday. So the reason why I was telling you that is because I should be so excited. I'm so grateful. This finally happened and I'm lying in bed crying. I'm just depressed. I don't know. Sometimes, I can tell you this. I'm totally PMSing, and there's certain things that pop up every month, and I get more depressed when I'm PMSing. And if you feel me on that, thank you, because it just comes out of nowhere. And I'm like, this is a week early. How annoying. I wasn't prepared. I knew it was going to pop up in a few days, but I wasn't prepared yesterday. So this is the thing with depression, right? The best thing can happen. That was a huge milestone in my career yesterday. And I'm crying in bed because I'm sad and depressed. I should be crying and be excited and happy. And I'm just so sad. And that's just something that I have to deal with. But today I feel better, but I know that my body just needs more time to just heal today. So I rescheduled my rowing class. I even considered going back until a later class. And I just had to listen to that little voice in my head and just be like, Kelly, today is a perfect day for you to walk the beach, read your books, do some self-care, because I didn't want to like do all that on Sunday, and just relax. You just need to like continue on and get caught up on some projects, but at the same time, relax. Don't go today. So some of the things that I like to do when I'm feeling like this, I'm going to share with you now. So first of all, you need to find a place where you're going to feel better. So whether it's in your bed, binging Ballers on HBO Max, or walking the beach, or even just FaceTiming a friend, get outside in nature maybe, but sometimes I don't even want to do that. I literally just want to be in bed. Or what I like to do, like really push myself sometimes, is just like send a bunch of my friends texts, making sure that they're okay, because I don't know, I just have always done that. Like when I don't feel good, I'm like, maybe they don't feel good either. So I do like a little mental health check-in with at least like 3 or 4 people on the days that like I actually don't feel good. And that makes me feel better helping others. So that's something that I do. So finding your happy place, being in bed, going for a walk, being in nature, reading a book, watching a show, anything like that. Doing self-care. Sometimes that's too extreme. Like, I love a good self-care session. But on Sunday, I just did a hair mask. I didn't even do a face mask. I was literally so exhausted. I didn't even have it in me. I'm like, why am I trying to do all this? Like, nobody's telling me I have to have self-care today. Like, I put so much pressure on myself. I'm like, just lie down in bed and fucking relax. I even took 2 naps. That's so unlike me. I never ever nap. And I'm like, am I getting sick or am I like really fucking tired? So that's when that happens. Something else I want you to try is just let yourself be in the moment and just fucking relax. And it's like I'm like preaching to myself at the same time. Like, you need to relax. So whether, you're not feeling good, you need to when I'm not feeling good, I like to take notes because I like to see if it's anniversarying something. Because, I've dealt with so much trauma that there's a reason for that. Or I'm just PMSing and I'm depressed and I'm sad. Like, sometimes it just happens. So I like to take notes, but you can literally like journal it out or highlight or maybe write down something that maybe triggered you, or, just take notes, because sometimes there's a bigger problem and it's really hard to look back when you don't have notes. And that just has always really helped me. Something else I want you to try is just after relaxing, like just eat and drink your favorite foods. Make like a good protein shake, make yourself like some vegan ice cream. Sometimes I like to go to the store and get chicken and make like a homemade chicken soup, chicken noodle soup, chicken and rice soup. But if I'm so tired, like I was the other day, I ordered it from a Mexican restaurant and it was delicious, because I would have to then go to the store, buy all the ingredients. Like, actually 2 hours later, I'm like, I can have it here in 20 minutes. So that's what I did. I allowed myself this time to just relax, order takeout, and just be in the moment of just relaxing. I have a really hard time doing that. So I'm trying to do it more often, especially when I feel like this depression kicking in. So that's why I wanted to share that with you, because I'm not perfect. I'm a perfectionist. I like things to be a certain way and organized and scheduled, but I'm definitely not a perfect person. That for sure, I need to say. And then at the end of the night, like, just be grateful. Like, you had a good day. You maybe feel a little bit better. Maybe you don't. So just make sure that you get a good night's sleep. Make yourself a hot tea. Make yourself a hot cocoa. Maybe have like an ice cream sundae or whatever the hell your body needs and like you're craving. That's what you need to do. Last night I had Ben & Jerry's. It was a new flavor. It was delicious. It was called Chubby Hubby. I didn't even know it existed. And so I indulged in that. And I'm like, I get to do that because I know it's going to make me feel good. Sometimes you just need some Ben & Jerry's in your life. Sometimes you need an extra workout session. Sometimes you need to be one with nature or FaceTime a friend. Whatever works for you, do it. And try something new. And if it makes you not feel so good, then don't do it again. It's all trial and error when you're dealing with mental health. And bringing it back to the business side, I knew today it was best if I just didn't go to rowing. I make up my class on another day, and I make up a lot of the work that I really wanted to do yesterday. So that's what I'm focusing on. I have to make a couple calls later on, so I want my voice to be like my chipper self. But during the day, I can focus on all my content, all my emails, like all of that stuff, recording shows, like doing what I love, which is helping other people. So I felt it was really important, especially, managing my health and managing a business, and especially this month of May, where it's Mental Health Awareness Month, to share literally, how ironic, why this show didn't go out yesterday, and how you can take my information and make it yours and implement it into your life. Maybe use some of my examples, maybe do the complete opposite. Maybe it triggered you to think of something else. Whatever that is, I just hope that this episode helps you. Just for the number one reason, know that you're not alone. That is the number one thing I have written in my book. I preach on this show, anything content-wise, you're not alone. You have me, you have millions of other people that are going through the same thing. And I understand that if you don't want to seek help, if you don't want to talk to friends, if you don't want to talk to colleagues, that choice is completely up to you. So don't ever let anybody pressure you into doing something that you don't want to do, especially when it comes to mental health. I've been a patient advocate since 2016, and this is so, so important. You need to understand that you are the only one that's going to help yourself. So whether you need to go get professional help, or you need to be put on medication, or you need that self-care day, or you just need a day to be. Just be alone with your feelings, be alone with your thoughts, be alone in nature. Whatever feels best for you, that's what you need to do. That's what I did on Sunday. That's what I did yesterday afternoon. And that's what I'm going to do today. And I rearranged a bunch of things. And tomorrow I have like a little photo shoot and I have to film some stuff. So that's not going to be a good day for me to be crying. So that's why I know today makes the most sense for me to just be in my thoughts, figure out what work I can do today. And, I recycled a bunch of content and did other things in my own business. And I didn't have any calls with clients, so I didn't have to push any of those. But it all depends on your schedule and how your business runs. So just maybe on content, for example, always batch content. So that way, if there's posts that you had to take pictures or do something, it's always good to have something in your back pocket. I definitely could have aired another episode today, but I thought it was more important, to be completely honest with you, since it is about mental health and like literally how this just happened to me and why the show didn't go out yesterday. This is a prime example. Be honest with your audience. Be honest with your clients or colleagues, and just be honest, period. Because that's going to help you feel better, because you're going to feel like a huge weight has been lifted. But also, if you can't be honest and you can't be vocal, just talk to a friend, talk to a family member, talk to a therapist, just talk to your journal, write it out. I'm telling you, that's going to make you feel a ton better, so much better. Just writing out your feelings, and you're going to cry and you're going to laugh, and then maybe go for a walk and you'll feel better. So that is exactly how I manage my mental health while managing my business and show and book and everything else I'm working on. This is just my own opinions and like what I go through. I'm just, as always, sharing my own story in the hopes that maybe I can just help one other person. So I want to just wrap up this show right now by saying thank you for listening. Thank you so much for being a part of the Happy Workaholic podcast community. If you are not, you can visit us in the Facebook group. The link is in the show notes. And just remember that you're not alone. You are not the only one dealing with mental health. You are not the only one dealing with mental health and trying to manage a business and probably a family on top of that. You're not alone. And we all have shitty days. We just need to put ourselves in time out and just figure out our next move. And everything is, at the end, is all going to work out. It's going to be okay. It doesn't seem like that a lot of the times, but it will. I promise you it will. So have a wonderful day and stay tuned for the next episode, because it's going to be a podcasting Q&A that goes out tomorrow, which is Wednesday the 5th, Cinco de Mayo. And then on Friday, That's the 7th. That will be a self-publishing Q&A show, short and sweet. And then we go back to the Wednesday schedule rather than Fridays starting the following. So I think that's 8, 9, 10, 11. I think it's the 12th of May, or 14th. I think it's the 12th. So stay tuned for those episodes. And again, if you have any ideas or suggestions on shows, send them my way. You can always text the hotline, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Thanks for listening. Your time is so valuable, and I really appreciate you carving out a little piece of your day to listen to today's episode. If you liked this one, please share it with someone who you feel needs to hear this message. And don't forget to tag me at The Happy Workaholic on Facebook and Instagram so I can feature you on my stories. Listening on Apple Podcasts? I would love it if you would leave me a review on today's show. Your input means so much and also helps me create more of the content you'll love. Want to continue today's conversation? You can join us in the Happy Workaholic Network Facebook group. Simply answer the questions and you're in. For more information on myself and to get the latest in business, LinkedIn, organizing, and podcasting news, sign up to receive my weekly newsletter at thehappyworkaholic.com. I hope that your day continues to be happy, healthy, positive, and productive, and I'll talk to you again soon.